The CN Tower is like the king of the Toronto skyline. Standing tall and proud, it dominates the view, a beacon of human achievement and architectural brilliance. It's not just a structure, it's a symbol of the city's identity and a testament to what we can achieve when we push the boundaries of engineering and design. For over 30 years, it was the tallest freestanding thing in the whole world. This incredible feat of engineering held the record from its completion in 1976 until 2007, when it was finally surpassed. But even today, it remains one of the tallest structures in the Western Hemisphere, continuing to inspire awe and admiration. At 553.3 meters, it showed everyone how awesome engineers can be. The sheer height of the tower is a marvel in itself, but what truly sets it apart is the innovative engineering that went into its construction. From its deep foundation to its sleek, tapering design, every aspect of the CN Tower was meticulously planned and executed. But the CN Tower is more than just super tall. It's a multifunctional structure that serves as a telecommunications hub, an observation deck, and a tourist attraction. Visitors from around the world come to experience its breathtaking views and to marvel at its architectural beauty. It shows how clever people are, how we can solve hard problems and do things that seem impossible. The construction of the CN Tower was a monumental task that required innovative solutions to overcome numerous challenges, from the harsh Canadian winters to the need for precise engineering. Let's see how the tower was built from the ground up. The journey of the CN Tower began with its foundation, which had to be incredibly strong to support the immense weight of the structure. Engineers and construction workers collaborated closely, using cutting-edge technology and materials to ensure the tower's stability and longevity. We'll see the smart engineering and the never-give-up attitude that made it happen. The story of the CN Tower is one of perseverance and ingenuity, showcasing the dedication and hard work of everyone involved in its creation. From the initial planning stages to the final touches, every step was a testament to human determination and skill. The CN Tower isn't just a building, it's like a symbol of hope, reaching for the sky and making its mark on history. Illuminated against the night sky, it stands as a beacon of what we can achieve when we dare to dream big. The CN Tower continues to inspire future generations, reminding us that with vision and effort, the sky is truly the limit. The CN Tower was built because Toronto was growing really fast and needed better communication. The Canadian National Railway knew they needed a big solution. They decided to build something that would not only fix the communication problems, but also show off how advanced and innovative Canada is, the CN Tower. It wasn't just for sending signals, it was meant to be a place for tourists, where people from everywhere could come and see the city below. Building the CN Tower was a brave decision, a big risk that changed Toronto forever and made people all over the world think, wow. In the 1960s, Toronto was changing a lot. After the war, things were good, and lots of new buildings were going up. Skyscrapers started to fill the skyline, but the old communication systems couldn't handle all the new buildings, and signals started getting messed up. The Canadian National Railway wanted a building that would fix the communication problems and also help the city grow even more. Building a tower taller than everything else was a daring idea. The CN Tower wasn't just about better communication, it was about showing off. The plan for the CN Tower was big, bold, and something no one had ever done before. It was a vision that required not just architectural brilliance but also a deep understanding of engineering and urban planning. The architects and engineers had to think outside the box, pushing the boundaries of what was possible at the time. They meticulously sketched out designs, drafted blueprints, and created detailed construction plans, all while keeping in mind the unique challenges they would face. The tower had to be tall enough to avoid signal problems from all the other buildings, so TV and radio would work great. This was crucial because Toronto was rapidly growing, and the skyline was becoming increasingly crowded with high-rise buildings. The CN Tower needed to stand out, not just as a landmark, but as a functional piece of infrastructure that would improve communication across the city. The height of the tower was carefully calculated to ensure that it would provide clear, uninterrupted signals, making it an essential part of Toronto's communication network. It also had to be strong enough to handle the tough Canadian weather, like strong winds and ice. The engineers had to consider the harsh winters with their heavy snowfall and icy conditions, as well as the strong winds that could buffet the tower from all directions. They used advanced materials and construction techniques to ensure that the tower would be resilient and durable, capable of withstanding the elements year after year. This required innovative thinking and a commitment to quality, as the safety and longevity of the tower were paramount. They wanted it to be a place where people from Toronto and tourists could visit and see amazing views of the city. The observation deck was designed to offer a breathtaking panoramic view, allowing visitors to see the city from a unique vantage point. This aspect of the tower was not just about functionality, but also about creating an experience that would draw people in and make them feel connected to the city. The CN Tower was envisioned as a symbol of Toronto's growth and ambition, a place where people could come together and appreciate the beauty of their surroundings. Building the CN Tower was a brave decision, a big step that needed lots of hard work and belief in the power of amazing buildings. The construction process was a monumental task that required coordination, precision, and dedication from everyone involved. From the workers on the ground to the engineers and architects overseeing the project, each person played a crucial role in bringing the vision to life. The project faced numerous challenges, but the team persevered, driven by a shared belief in the transformative power of architecture and engineering. From the very beginning, the CN Tower was more than just a building. It was an idea, a dream that excited the whole city. It represented the spirit of innovation and progress that defined Toronto at the time. The tower became a symbol of what could be achieved through vision, hard work, and collaboration. As the construction progressed, the excitement grew, and the city watched in awe as the tower rose higher and higher. When it was finally completed, it stood as a testament to human ingenuity and the power of dreams, a towering solution that continues to inspire to this day. The CN Tower wasn't just about fixing communication problems, it was like saying, Toronto is ready for the future. The tower's futuristic design, tall and skinny, was a symbol of progress and showed how innovative people could be. Building it would be a huge job, showing how hundreds of workers, engineers, and architects could work together for years to make this dream come true. The CN Tower was a big risk, a belief that Toronto and all of Canada could do amazing things. It showed that if we reach for the sky, we can do things we never thought possible. Building something as tall as the CN Tower is like putting a giant sail in the sky. The wind, way up high, is super strong and could knock the tower over if they weren't careful. Engineers had to figure out how to make it strong enough to handle the wind. The CN Tower's engineers came up with a cool idea: make it flexible. The tower's core, a giant concrete pillar, was designed to move a little bit in the wind, so it wouldn't break. They did lots of tests with different concrete mixes to find the perfect one that was strong and bendy. The CN Tower is super tall, and that means it needs a super strong foundation. The tower weighs over 120,000 tons, like a whole bunch of elephants. They had to spread that weight out so it wouldn't sink into the ground. The solution was a huge foundation made of 56 connected concrete pillars called caissons. These caissons, each 15 meters across and going deep into the ground, were difficult to build. Engineers used pumps to remove water from the construction site so they could build the caissons in a dry area. Building something so tall meant they needed a new way to lift heavy stuff. Normal cranes weren't tall enough. They used a climbing crane, which was a super cool invention. This crane was built inside the tower and climbed up as the tower got taller. The climbing crane could lift giant steel beams and concrete pieces. It became a symbol of how ambitious the CN Tower project was, and how clever the builders were. They even had a weather system to check for strong winds, so they could move the crane to a safe position. Before the CN Tower could go up, they had to make a strong base. Big machines and skilled workers got to work. Bulldozers and excavators cleared the area and got it ready for the heavy tower. Engineers built a big underground wall to keep the water out so they could build the foundation in a dry area. Then they started working on the 56 giant concrete pillars, the caissons. With the foundation ready, the CN Tower started going up. The main part of the tower was a strong concrete core which would hold everything up and handle the wind. The core was built in sections, one on top of the other. As the core grew taller, so did the climbing crane. Every time the crane went up, the tower got closer to the sky. As the core went higher, the tower started to take shape. Steel beams made somewhere else were lifted into place by the climbing crane, making a strong frame around the core. These beams, some super heavy, were carefully put together, making a strong frame that could handle the wind. Then they poured concrete into molds, making the smooth outside of the tower, and making the steel and core super strong together. The construction site was noisy with hammers, welding, and concrete trucks. When the main part of the tower was done, they added the antenna mast, a 102-meter piece that made the CN Tower reach its record-breaking height. The mast was built on the ground, and then a helicopter carefully lifted it into place. With the mast on, the CN Tower was finally 553.3 meters tall, a big moment for everyone. Crews kept working, adding the observation decks, the revolving restaurant, and everything else that makes it so famous. Putting in the glass floor was a very tricky job. Building the CN Tower wasn't just about engineering, it was about the skill of thousands of workers. Electricians carefully put in all the wires so everything worked perfectly. Carpenters and glaziers made the inside look nice. Building the CN Tower was a big team effort, showing what people can do when they work together and dream big. The CN Tower changed engineering and architecture. At 553.3 meters, it was the tallest freestanding structure in the world for a long time. This was possible because of smart design, careful planning, and lots of hard work. One of the coolest things is its skinny, six-sided core, made of strong concrete. This special design helped it handle the wind and reach such a crazy height. The CN Tower wasn't just built to be tall, it was also built for amazing views. It has a few observation decks, each one giving you a different view of the city. The main observation deck, 346 meters, 1136 feet, up, has awesome views of Toronto, Lake Ontario, and everything around it. If you want something even more exciting, the glass floor lets you stand over the city and look straight down. And for the bravest people, the Sky Pod, 447 meters, 1465 feet up, is the highest public viewing spot in the Western Hemisphere. From up there you can see for miles. The CN Tower isn't just cool during the day, it's amazing at night too, lit up with tons of lights. The lights are special energy-saving LEDs that can make all sorts of colors and patterns. From red and white on Canada Day to colorful light shows, the CN Tower's lights are a big part of Toronto at night. The lights can be seen from far away, bringing people to see it. The lights aren't just for looking pretty, they're also designed to not bother airplanes or animals. The CN Tower is important for more than just being a tall building. It shows what people can do with smart engineering. Building the tower taught people new ways to build things, which are now used everywhere. The special concrete core that moves with the wind changed how skyscrapers are built, making it possible to build even taller buildings. The CN Tower's huge foundation also showed how to build tall things on difficult ground, but the CN Tower isn't just about concrete and steel, it's about being innovative. It inspired lots of engineers, architects, and dreamers, showing that even crazy ideas can come true. The CN Tower is like a symbol for Toronto and Canada, showing the country's ambition, cleverness, and belief in what people can do. Since it opened in 1976, millions of people have visited, and it's on postcards, stamps, and souvenirs. You can even see it in movies and TV shows. It's not just for tourists, it's something Canadians are proud of, showing Canada's place in the world. Building it showed that Canada can do great things. It will keep inspiring people for a long time. It stands as a reminder that with determination and hard work, we can achieve great things and leave a lasting legacy for future generations. The CN Tower story is a story about how powerful the human spirit is, and it will keep inspiring people for a long time. It is a symbol of what can be achieved when we dare to dream and work together to turn those dreams into reality. The CN Tower story is a story about how powerful the human spirit is, and it will keep inspiring people for a long time. Its enduring legacy will continue to inspire future generations to reach for the stars and achieve their own dreams.